Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today we're tackling a question that's on the mind of anyone in the tech world. Is artificial intelligence coming for the jobs of software developers? The short answer you hear everywhere is no. But the real answer is far more interesting and complex. It's not a story about replacement, but about a profound evolution of what it means to build software. The developer isn't disappearing. They're becoming something more. The story begins with a simple, undeniable fact. AI is not infallible. It makes mistakes, it introduces subtle bugs, and it completely lacks genuine human understanding. This reality solidifies the developer's new, and perhaps most important, role: the indispensable human in the loop. Think of the developer as a highly skilled validator. In this new era, the most crucial skill a developer will possess is critical thinking. Their job is no longer just to write code from scratch, but to critically evaluate, rigorously test, and validate every single piece of AI-generated code. They cannot blindly trust the AI's output. This requires a deep, fundamental understanding of computer science principles to spot the plausible but wrong suggestions that an AI, in its eagerness to please, might produce. For example, an AI might generate a piece of code that looks perfectly fine on the surface and even passes basic tests. But a seasoned developer, with their mental model of the entire system, might spot a subtle security vulnerability or a performance bottleneck that the AI missed because it doesn't understand the broader context. While AI excels at tasks it has been trained on, like churning out boilerplate code or solving common problems, it falters when faced with true novelty. It struggles with out-of-the-box thinking. The most complex, ambiguous, and creative problem-solving will remain a deeply human domain. When a company faces a truly unprecedented business challenge, it won't be an AI that devises the breakthrough. It will be the human developer's ingenuity, their intuition, and their awareness of the business context that will forge the path to a solution. So what does this evolution actually look like for the developer? It demands a significant shift in the skills that are most valued. According to the research firm Gartner, a staggering 80% of software engineers will need to upskill by the year 2027 just to keep up with the integration of AI into their workflows. Let's break down these new skills. First, and perhaps most talked about, is prompt engineering. This is the art and science of crafting inputs to get the most accurate, relevant, and useful outputs from an AI model. It's more than just asking a question. It's a new form of communication, a new language for human-computer interaction. A great prompt engineer understands the nuances of the AI model and can guide it, almost like a director guiding an actor to produce the desired result. This skill will become a core competency for every developer. Second, as AI systems become more powerful, developers will need a strong, practical understanding of AI ethics and governance. They are on the front lines. They will be responsible for ensuring that the systems they build are fair, unbiased, secure, and transparent. A developer will have to ask questions like, is this AI model trained on biased data? Could this feature be used in a harmful way? How do we make the AI's decision-making process understandable to users? These are no longer niche concerns. They are central to responsible software development. Finally, and this may seem counterintuitive, soft skills will become more important than ever. Skills like communication, collaboration, and empathy will be paramount. As AI takes over more of the solitary, head-down coding work, developers will find themselves spending much more of their time interacting with stakeholders to understand their needs, collaborating with designers and product managers, and working in cross-functional teams to solve complex business problems. The consensus among industry leaders is clear. AI is an enhancement tool, not a replacement. The future is not about AI versus humans, but about humans augmented by AI. The developer of the future may write less boilerplate code, but they will think more, design more, architect more, and validate more. Their value is shifting from the physical act of typing code to the intellectual act of designing systems and solving problems. But the story doesn't end there. While today's AI copilots are powerful assistants, the next wave of AI in software engineering promises an even more transformative leap: the era of autonomous AI agents. This is a paradigm shift from simple task augmentation to full process automation. So, what exactly is an agentic AI system? An AI agent is a proactive, autonomous system. Unlike a co-pilot that suggests a code snippet and waits for you to accept it, you can give an agent a high-level goal, and it can independently create and execute a multi-step plan to achieve it. For example, a developer could give an agent a complex task like this: implement user authentication for our new mobile app using OAuth 2.0. Create the necessary database schema for user profiles, and write all the corresponding API endpoints. An AI agent would then begin its work. First, it would analyze the existing codebase to understand the project's structure, coding style, and conventions. Then, it would draft the necessary code for the authentication logic. After that, it would generate the SQL scripts to create or modify the database tables. Next, it would write the API endpoints for user sign-up, login, and logout. Critically, it would also create a suite of unit and integration tests to verify that the entire new feature works correctly from end to end. And to finish, it might even open a pull request on GitHub, complete with a summary of the changes, ready for a human to review. This entire workflow, which would traditionally require a developer to perform dozens of distinct tasks across many different files and systems, could be orchestrated and executed by a single AI agent. This future isn't as distant as you might think. We are already seeing the first steps. Tools like Amazon Q Developer are introducing task-specific agents. Tech industry analysts are incredibly bullish on this trend. Gartner predicts that by 2027, some companies will have AI employees listed on their books. Deloitte projects that by 2025, a quarter of all companies using generative AI will have launched agentic AI pilots, with that number doubling to 50% by 2027. Yet, even in a world of autonomous AI agents, the role of the human developer doesn't disappear. In fact, it becomes even more strategic and arguably more important. Human oversight remains absolutely critical. Humans will be the ultimate arbiters of quality. They will perform the final review of the agent's work, ensuring it not only functions correctly, but that it also aligns with the project's long-term architectural vision and core business goals. Furthermore, agents will struggle with true edge cases and ambiguity. They are trained on vast but finite datasets. When a truly novel problem arises, or a requirement is ambiguous, or a complex ethical dilemma presents itself, it will require human judgment and real-world experience to navigate. The most vital role for the human will be setting the direction. Developers and product leaders will be the ones making the high-level strategic decisions, defining which problems the agents should solve and what objectives they should work towards. The rise of agentic AI will only accelerate the shift in a developer's role from a doer to a director. Their value will be in their ability to creatively solve problems, manage and orchestrate teams of AI agents, and provide the essential strategic and ethical guidance that machines will always lack. The focus moves from the micro details of implementation to the macro vision of building valuable, reliable, and responsible software. So, to conclude, the narrative of AI in software development is not one of replacement, but of a profound and exhilarating collaboration. We are moving from a model of human versus machine to a powerful synergy of human plus machine, where the limitations of one are offset by the strengths of the other. For developers, this means less time spent on the mechanical drudgery of syntax and boilerplate, and more time dedicated to the intellectually stimulating and creatively fulfilling aspects of their work. Architectural design, complex problem-solving, and true innovation. But this new power demands new responsibility. The future belongs not to the developer who blindly accepts an AI's suggestions, but to the one who treats the AI as a brilliant but fallible junior partner. one whose work must always be reviewed, tested, and validated with human rigor. Ultimately, the role of the developer is being elevated. It is evolving from a pure practitioner of code to a strategic orchestrator of intelligent systems. The craft is shifting from the syntax of programming languages to the art of prompting, from the logic of algorithms to the design of resilient and ethical systems. The code wizards of today and tomorrow are not the AI models themselves, but the human developers who learn to wield them. By embracing these remarkable tools, mastering the new skills they require, and maintaining an unwavering commitment to quality and critical oversight, developers are not just building software. They are architecting the future, with an infinitely knowledgeable and tireless co-pilot by their side.